Welcome to this week's Into the Green podcast. Thank you all for joining me again. I have been joined by someone who is very influential. He
Super
is
special guest.
super duper special. He is the one,
Influential.
the only Leroy, the last guy. Fuck yeah! How are you, my friend?
Good Beach. How are you, buddy?
Good, brother. What's been happening?
Like I said to you a bit earlier, I've just put a lasagna on. Well, it's just come out the oven, so don't waste my time, mate. I can smell it, and I'm keen.
Well, I can actually smell my pork roast from down here. It's been a good porky kind of week for me. I did ribs the other day on the weekend, and
It's hearty food weather, isn't it?
It is hearty food weather. Are you feeling the cold, mate?
Mate, as you saw, I was down at Jindy, was it last weekend, and it was minus fucking 7. Are we allowed to swear on this one?
Of course you can, mate. Of course you can.
Fucking great. Yeah, it was minus 7, man. Like, it was the coldest day of the year, and I was lucky enough to set my ass down there, getting up early, and it was minus 7, mate. It was fucking cold. So up here's a breeze.
That's freezing, bro. Minus 7. I don't even think I've
And
ever
honestly,
been
I
in
was
that.
part of Australia's coldest day back in 1997. Up at Charlotte's, it was minus 23. I was in Perisher, and I think it was about minus 18 up there at the time. So I can take claim to being within 5 kilometres of Australia's coldest day.
Fuck, what did you do? Like, I'm tipping that most Australians wouldn't be prepared for that sort of weather.
No, but once it's cold, mate, it's just cold.
You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, you're cold. It doesn't matter if it's once you're a certain amount of cold, you're just fucking cold. So it's like once you're hot, you're just damn hot. So
you just stay just above that freezing point. You're sweet.
That's right.
Just keep mobile.
My
were you working?
Mate,
were you working or
when I was down at Jinnabine?
Yeah. Oh no. When that coldest day.
Sort of reunion thing.
That's
2001 football team. It was just a bit of a reunion, get together, have a few drinks and stuff like that. And I came back Sunday. I was only down there for a couple of nights. So
nice, dude. I'm actually jumping on a plane tomorrow.
Right. Hey?
I'm actually jumping on a plane tomorrow.
Where you going?
I'm fucking heading down to the asthma conference in Sydney. So it's at the Olympic Park. So yeah, I've decided I better go make an appearance. So
mate, you're here, you're there, you're everywhere.
I'm
mate.
Fucking all over the place. Good
Do you
news
even
is
work anymore?
What's that?
Do you even work anymore?
Fuck you. This is work. Fucking talking to you. Nah, yeah, of course I do, man. Of course I do.
I hope you're getting paid well.
Yeah, no, fuck all. We're still working. It is quiet, man. Like, you know me, I'm all about mowing, so it's gotten really quiet. And one of my fellas,
but it's been good though.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Like I've got
having a break. It's been good.
It is good. It's a good. You know, it's good, and then it's weird in a way because you find out where all your aches and pains are. For some reason,
that's true.
When you stop moving, you're like, fuck, my legs are sore, my back's sore, my neck's sore. What's going on? This didn't happen.
Don't start me, man. Ever since going off that mower, like I've always had bad knees from my football days because obviously I just said I played football. So I did many years of footy and put a ton of mileage on my knees. So they're just shite now. And ever since I came off that mower, like what was that? Probably a few months ago now.
Yeah.
My knee hasn't come good. Like I think I've done a cartilage in it a fean times, and it's just not sitting right, you know. So
now let's talk about that, man. That was fucking wild, dude. That was one of the crazier things that I've ever seen on social media, especially from an Australian. You see some wild shit happening in the US and in other countries that don't have fucking health and safety.
I just wish I got the actual form on the video. Like, obviously, I'm just filming the grass. I didn't expect to fall off the bloody little retaining wall or whatever was there. But I wish I'd seen what sort of happened after I fell because there's a bit of a blur there. I know where I ended up and I got out of the way, obviously, of when it fell down, but I didn't really, gather where I because it looked like I landed on my feet the way I just appeared in the video, but I didn't land on my feet, like not these legs. Maybe 15 years ago I might have been able to run it off like a ninja.
Yeah, but, I was going to say, you fucking just popped in, you just popped back up like you were a ninja, like you just came out of nowhere.
No, I just got lucky. Lucky I'm agile enough and it was always been a risky job that I'm always just a bit aware of, that fall there. And if, I was just ready to bail.
Bro, I was genuinely like I was fucking.
No seatbelts.
That was fucking heavy, bro. Like that would have woken up a lot of people. Like you've kind of done a bit of a service because a lot of people don't think that that's ever going to happen to them, and they don't think that things like that can happen during work. But fucking every day, man, someone
accidents only happen because you don't think it's going to happen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they're not accidents. Otherwise, if you think it's going to happen to you, it's not an accident, is it? So
that's 100%
things happen because you don't think it's going to happen to you. I never thought that would happen, but presence of mind to just yank the bars out the way and just rail. Pretty much like that.
And was it like a split-second decision, or do you think it was just a reflex, or?
No, but I remember it pretty quickly, and I look back at the video, and I can see myself. It's a little spot where I do brush cut majority of that section there to avoid fiddling around there. But over time, that buff has gotten a bit spongy. Yeah, I've noticed again too, and it's not as grippy as what it used to be. So those factors of bit of a spongy grass, it was wet because we had a bit of rain, and I was under pressure just to get shit done because we had a lot of rain. And my tyres have been going bald over time without sort of really noticing it, and I just went to engage forward and it just didn't grip. Had I not done anything, it probably would have just stopped. But because I tried to go forward, it slid, and just once I'd lost traction, I knew I was gone, and that just gave me the time to bail as quick as possible. Yeah.
Well, we all know that you're the most important part of your business, but your second most important part would probably be your zero turn. So there was a bit of damage to stains, but still going. Still fucking going,
bastard won't die. I need a reason to get another one, and it just won't give it to me yet. So it broke a control arm.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of a spot on the front caster that was bent and that. But other than that, it still cuts all right.
Did you fix it all yourself?
It did. It's starting to show its age, though. So,
mate, what is it? That's like a little 36-inch Gravely, is it?
Just a little 34 ZT. It was my little entry-level one to get into zero turns. I only got it for 4,000, I think. And
how long's it been going for?
Since start of COVID. I got it when we got money for COVID and shit. Yeah, I got it off one of the guys off LMCA for 4,000. And I'd only done 50 hours or something, so it was kind of new.
Got on now?
And I've earned its money back tenfold, easily. Yeah. And it just won't die on me.
And dude, that's some of the smaller entry level machines are gangster for when you're just starting up a business. You obviously got your Graveleys, you got your Skags, like the Liberty Z gets a good rap, and Hustlers and just all those little ones. They're definitely a good stepping stone to move into the more commercial things.
But even if that's your niche, like if someone gave me a 42 tomorrow, it'd only suit half a dozen of my jobs. It wouldn't suit them all, and I'd still be stuck with all the ones that I just get through either side, Oh,
well, I won't be pulling your fucking name out of the hat at the...
And they just squeeze in.
I won't be pulling your name out of the hat at the Lawn and Land Equip Expo this year for that 42-inch.
Oh, I'll still take it, for sure.
Looks like you got fucking 42 inches right behind you.
Mate, that is a PNG Artifact Special.
Oh, I've had that, sweet.
I've had that for 1988, mate. So we're talking a long time. I've had to re-gloss it and make it a bit shiny and polish her up a little bit here and there. But
I'd love to be walking past your window when you're polishing that fucking thing up.
Yeah, no, mate, I'm a hoarder of things. Like I said, I've got a VB from 2003. Like,
really,
I'm a hoarder of sentimental kind of things.
That's good, man. Like that's it's like that for things that we've got around our house. Like you'll find something at the back of a cupboard and you go, oh, memories, and it's good. Like I think keeping some things is good, but when you're keeping everything, that's when it gets a bit unhealthy.
Yeah. Like I've got things like my school yearbooks from 90, 91, 92, 93. And, and if you go back and through them, you can, like I've got Carl Stefanovic in my 1991 yearbook from St. Augustine's College in Cairns. Carl Stefanovic. Yeah, he was.
Did you know him?
No. He was like years above me. Okay. He went to school and I've got his picture. He looks like a total fucking dork. Like, yeah, he looks insane.
He's a Capella Bar boy.
Is he? Yeah. He's actually a Cairns lad. He was up there, I think, first.
I think and then he came down here and he always, well, I mean, back in the day, he used to talk about Capalaba, and yeah, that's fucking.
Yeah, and his brother was up there too. Is it?
Huh.
I can't remember his name. Yeah,
Ben
funny. Yeah, I
Stefanovic,
just
maybe.
keep shit.
Fucking who knows? He's not as popular, the poor fella.
No,
But anyway, man, fucking, we've been talking about dicks and flipping moles and shit. We may as well get your backstory. So, where did it all start for Uncle Leroy?
How far back do you want to go, mate?
Oh, look, maybe we can start with your film career, maybe.
Film career. OnlyFans? Nah.
Nah, man, that's 100%. Like, I legit am set up right now. So if anything goes wrong, I'm fucking straight on the OnlyFans.
You've got that bathroom full of lube ready to go.
Yeah, I've been getting my toenails painted just in case. You never know what's happening in the world. Fucking people are flying rockets at each other.
I've been following that bloody sick bastard.
Don't follow him too closely. He'll spin around and start following you.
Yeah. Now, he's just good for memes now for me. I've just got him lined up for lots of memes, so that's all good.
Fuck yeah. Yeah,
any shit that goes in the world is just meme fuel for me.
I was super lucky last week. I got to actually put out a podcast because the one that I did with Joel, fuck, the audio was absolutely rat shit, and like I'm no editor. I was so sad that it didn't work out. But yeah, I just jumped on the editing tools that we had, and eventually I made it listenable, I think. But yeah, we got two episodes of Bobby Big Pickle now, so we'll have to do those later. But yeah, back to your film career,
What's
man.
Bobby Big Pickle? What is that? Who is that?
Oh, don't be like that, Leroy. Is there a bit of jealousy in your voice there? Don't you know who Bobby Big Pickle is?
Mate.
Leroy Longschlong.
That's a mold, by the way. Nah. Are you Bobby Big Pickle?
Yeah, Bobby Big Pickle. Don't you know who he is?
No, not until you tell me right now, because we were talking about this the other day and no one explained to me.
Well, there's only one person who knows who Bobby Big Pickle is, and that's Bobby.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, maybe we'll talk about this off the air.
Yeah, maybe we will. And we'll also talk about that fucking weapon you got back there. But yeah, man, back to your film career. Like, what, I think you've been on, whose podcast were you on? Were you on
Gary's?
Oh, Gary's it was.
No, I think Gary's Lawn's
Aussie Lawn
Stars. Yeah, it was before Jim Penman. Can you believe that?
Whoa.
I'll take that.
I probably was too,
All I
maybe.
did speak shit though. Like, yeah. My movies, I've done that a few years ago now. It hasn't been for quite a while. I think I did Chronicles of Narnia. I doubled for Gary Sweet in the third Narnia installment.
That's fucking sick. Is that just down here at Wellington Point?
Yeah. No, well, I wasn't at the Wellington Point. I was stuck in Movie World. Sounds stupid, but stuck in a sound studio with the big gimbal boat and stuff like that. But yeah, they did do out on Cleveland. They had a boat out in the water. They did a lot of the scenes out there. And when I got the call, because I was just part of a talent agency doing adverts and stuff like that, and I did a few film, music, video clips and shit like that, just in the background, sort of bullshit. And then I got the call up because I was exactly the same height as Gary Sweet, bald, obviously. Like, we'll get rid of that.
Yeah.
I just didn't want the shine off the back, So I had the same build. I was pretty much exactly the same height as Gary Sweet. And I heard through the grapevine that Gary Sweet was getting a bit antsy with the length of the shoot, like it was getting a bit out of control. Obviously, he's an Aussie actor. Doing Aussie films and that are a bit cruisy, a bit easy going. But this being a big Hollywood thing was dragging on and stuff. And, apparently his attitude had sort of lost it about this time. So I got the call up. So I did some long distance scenes, part of the movie. So if you watch the movie, you'll see me in there. You won't know it's me, obviously. But I did some longer shots because from a distance, we just looked the same.
Yeah.
And I set up scenes. So I went in there before the scene is shot. And instead of Gary Sweet going up onto the ship and filming, stuff before the scene was shot, I would go up there because, the light shines off my head the right way so they could set up the right camera angles and that sort of stuff. So I got to be that character I didn't get to act it out or anything, but do you know what I mean? I got to be the character and be where he was supposed to be, and you know, okay, so you should be here, or it was good fun. Like that was the biggest thing I did.
Was that fun? Was it fun though? Was it like a job, or was it more fun than?
I was only on there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But that was from like 7 o'clock till 5 or 6 every day. And some days I didn't even get on set. Like I would sit there and I've never read so much in my fucking life. I read like 5 Dean Kuntzmott fucking novels.
Jesus.
Yeah, but no, it was just it was really good. Like just to be a part of something so big.
Yeah, that's you can show your kids and you can be like, look, that's the back of my fucking head.
Yeah, and there was a few other things I did too. I don't know if you remember when I can't remember what year it was now. It was before Narnia, I think. The Terra Nova. It was a
Yeah, I know Terra Nova.
A TV series that was on Channel 10. Yeah, I was in that as well.
As an extra, or were you like a stunt dick or something?
No, I was actually one of the Sixers. It was some sort of bush gang members that, you know, dressed up like ferals that were in the bush.
Oh, shit.
You know, really good concept.
Yeah.
Had the backing of Spielberg. And we were kind of guaranteed 7 years work if we sort of got into the roles that we were put into. If our roles kind of developed, they could have stayed on for longer, but I think they messed around with the script. I think instead of, you know, making it about dinosaurs eating people and shit like that, they made it about like a teenage fucking love story or something, and no one enjoyed it after the first season, and they got fucking canned. You know, and that was filmed out at Benogan. That was filmed out at Benogan, out at in the hinterland of the Goldie out there.
I was honestly hoping you still had a talent agency because, like, they just probably about a year ago filmed Mortal Kombat just down the road from us.
Yeah. I've heard of that. Yeah, a few mates of mine still doing in the talent agencies. And to be honest, my son wants to get into it, like doing like that sort of stuff. He's doing drama at school, and he's enjoying that sort of stuff. And he's asking me, Dad, can I do some real shit? So it's something I'll probably just get back into as well myself. Just for
really?
Fun.
Oh, that'd be good. Oh,
yeah, I've just got to leap and find the agency again, and you know, you got to get onto like a big database of, you know, actors, and my kind of look is, it's unique in a way where I stand out in a certain way. I always sort of play the bad guy. Yeah. Anything I sort of do, I play the bad guy because I'm bald, you know, tattoos or whatever.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. But I'm a big baby, mate. You know that.
I guess I'd probably be in the same category, but maybe, I think I'd probably go better as a dwarf or something like that.
A dwarf?
Like I always wanted to be an extra, like a dwarf in a fucking Lord of the Rings movie, or an orc or something crazy like that.
You're a giant motherfucker, though. You no chance of being a dwarf. Actually, I'll show you after the party. I've got a picture of the dwarf, of me and the dwarf that was in Narnia. The dwarf fella. He's probably half my size.
No way.
I was like stabbing him with a fucking sword in the picture.
Did you make any like long lasting friends out of that?
No, not really. No. Yeah. No, I'd say no. Like, it was only a few weeks. I think I've got maybe a couple of Facebook friends that maybe just sit in the background like we all have. But I wouldn't say lifelong friends. No. Well, I do have a lifelong friend, Emilio, that I've been doing, you know, just random movies, TVs, just video or music video clips. He'll call me up occasionally and say, oh, do you want to do this? And I'll go yes or no, like, you know, turn up and whatever. It might be just filming for a couple of rappers and just be in the background and, that sort of thing. I'm still mates with him. And he's still going well. He's still doing lots of that sort of shit. But I dropped out of it a bit, you know, and I had to get to work because, you know, unless you're onto a good thing, it doesn't really pay any bills unless you really sacrifice and then get into it, you know. I've heard of blokes that, you know, do an advert and, you know, you get residual if it goes on a billboard, a picture goes on a billboard, or it gets replayed on radio. You can keep getting paid for it over a course of a few years if it's one of those kind of ads, you know. But
that's pretty cool.
I'll get back into it. You'll see this head maybe in another couple of years.
Oh, the head doesn't bother me, but the bottom, I noticed that back in the day, I remember watching the fucking news when this came on and thinking, yes. But you were actually a stunt bum, weren't you?
I was a stunt bum, yeah, for naked gardening. I might as well tell the story now so we can dispel the myth.
And fucking good on you. You've got a very tidy ass.
I appreciate that, mate. I really appreciate that because I've never been told that by anybody other than someone else in a fucking thing in front of me. Not in person, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Now, okay, so the story goes, I had a mate that was, he was in real estate. I doubt he will listen to this. And I did a bit of real estate work with him, and then I ended up moving on to something else. And then he calls me up maybe 3, 4, something years. He obviously followed me on Facey, my work, my lawn mowing or whatever, which I've been doing since like 2017 full time. And he calls me, and he knows that I'm doing gardening. And there was a business on the Gold Coast, maybe I don't know how many years ago now. It'd be a while ago now. I think it's about 2018, maybe thereabout. And a business called Bear All Cleaning, where maids, get their titties out and clean people's houses for them, and it was called Bear All Cleaning.
Yeah,
use your imagination. And he wanted to branch out into the gardening side of things, and he knew that I was a gardener already, and obviously had the tools and whatnot. And said, did I want to do a few promo videos for him as to see if that would be something that could take off or something. And, he paid me okay for it. And I said, yeah, no worries. So, all right, there's a couple of stories of this one.
Yes.
Okay, so the first photo shoot I did was I think it was for the Gold Coast Courier Mail, I think it was. They had some bloke come up from the Gold Coast and interviewed me in the backyard. Like, both these interviews and the stuff that I did was at my house. It wasn't at anybody else's property. Well, there was one, but that was later on. So this first guy comes up, and he was I actually had I got a pair of old jeans out, and I chopped them up to make them look like fucking chaps. So I had my ass out, and I had chaps at the front. So there was no old fellas showing on the first one.
That's fucking risky, man.
Oh, well, that's the first time I'd ever, done something like that. Like, let's be honest. So, I'm don't have shame. I'm a nudie run guy from way back. Like,
yeah, boy.
Oh, we all do it. You all do it, know. And anyway, whatever. So the he's done the photo shoot, and he's like, man, that was tough. I've never done it. I'm like, you're telling me, mate. Anyway, so the article got to the paper and on Facebook, and there was obviously a few photos and that, and I got fucking absolutely roasted in the comments about how white my ass was.
No.
And yeah, absolutely
they
roasted.
Knew you were a stunt bum.
I was a stunt bum. But they were like, there's no way this guy does naked gardening with a fucking ass that white. And I'm like, like they're fucking right. They're exactly fucking right. I have to do something about this. Well, I didn't think at this time that I would. So anyway, that sort of died down. Fast forward another 2-3 weeks. He messages me again. He goes, do you want to do that again? I'm like, fuck yeah, I need to redeem myself.
Did you go and get a spray tan?
Stop. Just wait. Hold on, Adrian. Oh, shit. Anyway, okay, so and he's like, it's the next day. And I'm like, shit, that's short notice for me to like enact my plan of getting a tan correctly and that sort of shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I've rung up. I've got on the marketplace on the Facey marketplace looking for spray tan people, and I found someone that's like, I don't know, literally around the corner. And I said, can I come around, early tomorrow or something, the day like just before it or something like that? And she goes, yeah. And I didn't really explain why or anything. I just booked it in initially. So I went round there, and she was a good-looking girl. I won't lie, and it was tough. But she had this boothy thing. I don't know if you've been to a spray tan thing. Have you at all?
I haven't been in one myself, but yeah, I know what they're about.
Yeah. So anyways, and I'm like, do I just take down and leave me undies on or something like that? And she goes, no, you've got to put this on. And she hands me this little thing. Like, I think it was a G-string made out of fucking
paper G-string
that they just pull apart, and it was like, and she's like, can you put this on? And I'm like, that's not going to cover anything. Like, obviously they're designed for women, and there is nothing there to cover other than the normal shit. So I've put this thing on, and my God, I've had to like keep a straight face. I'm not a shameful guy. I couldn't care less. I'll get naked. I don't bother. And she's gone red as. I've stood there in front of her, and this thing it's not covered anything. Like, you're seeing it from all angles. Like, and she's trying to spray. and I've had to, and, it's, and I'm just looking up going, this is just not happening. Like, there was, how you have side boob?
Yeah.
Well, this was side dick. Like, you can see through to the other side if you looked underneath.
That's why I'm lucky I don't have any of those curves, mate. I've just got
honestly, like, so I had and my butt, honestly, my butt's never seen sun. Like, it's always white, like, even from birth, like, it just never sees sun. And after I had this tan, I looked amazing, mate. Like, the upper body was like brown from like just working, in the sun and the shirt off occasionally just to keep shit even. But the bottom half, we'd never seen sun, and it was just, I looked amazing. It was great.
Did you match it up pretty well? Colors went good?
It was a fucking good shot. I think I've still got a photo on my phone of I took of myself. Like, I'm fully glistening downstairs like a bronze fucking Adonis.
That's one of those things you keep. Look at them and you go, oh, I remember that.
Tinder profile picture, that one.
Yes, definitely. Well, that's...
Yeah, okay. Wow. So I've got to continue this story. This continues on. So I had to shoot later that day, and you wouldn't believe who did the photo shoot. Now, the photo shoot that you see on Sunrise is the one that I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
Where I have a little bit of an interview, and I think I talk a bit about, safety, this, blah, blah, blah. I was just speaking shit, obviously, because I don't do that for a business.
Yeah.
But the chick that filmed it, she was just a gorgeous little Russian woman. And I'm like, it's just, who's punishing me? Like, what is this? So I've basically mowed my backyard, which would normally take me 45 minutes. This is the one I used to live in.
Yeah.
And she's basically filmed me for 40 minutes. Just back and forth, pushing the Honda 21, naked, completely fucking naked. And I'm like, do we stop yet? And she's like, I just need lots of B-side.
Yeah, B, yeah.
And shit. And the funny thing was, man, if you do Google it and look it up, the tools I was using was a Zito.
No.
A Zito. Yeah, a Zito battery gear, had a Zito hedge trimmer and a Zito blower. Yeah. That's
but you had a Honda 216.
Yeah, at least that's something good.
Yeah, well, it's funny Honda didn't reach out to you for a fucking brand ambassadorship.
Other people reached out, mate. No, other brands.
Did they? Yeah. It's funny, man. It's funny sometimes. I'm surprised that you haven't had some random... maybe you have. Maybe you have had some random people reach out. Like, I had like a lingerie, like a men's lingerie company reach out to me, and I had to... maybe they were just fucking catfishing me. They made me... Oh, they didn't make me, but they sent me like a mankini and a few other bits and pieces.
I had a mankini.
I found out that it was a gay lingerie thing. It was only for blokes, and it was like, it was underpants with the with the back. Well, I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like, they sent them to me. They thought I looked good in them, and nothing like a bit of an ego boost, whether it's from a bloke or a chick.
I've had dudes message me on Instagram and stuff. I've got a few followers that are the gay lads, and they're the funnest blokes.
Fuck yeah. I got one.
I've actually had a really good job. This is going back a few years now. Off a gay fella, and I think he pretty much only employed me for look at factor, maybe. I don't know, but it was a good $10,000 landscape job. I really enjoyed it. He was a great bloke. It was really good. So. I don't care. I could give pictures, mate.
I've had a few dick pics sent to me. It's all because of the beard stuff. But one of the best ones was a guy that lives in Brisbane, and he sent me a message, and he's like, would 100% bang. And I was like, oh, that's wild, bro. That's wild.
I can imagine him holding your beer too.
Yeah, fucking thirsty, dude. And he was like, he looked like a biker as well. He had like a Harley Davidson shirt on and everything. I was like, fuck it.
A regular the Blue Oyster Bar, mate.
Yeah.
The old Police Academy.
So you made it to the news, mate. That was the best. Like sitting there as a young fella, and I'm just like watching the news in the morning before I go to work, and I'm seeing some dude's bum. It's It's quite.
I had to wear my glasses. I do remember vividly. Like, it was
the
interview was taking place down the Goldie or something, and they had these bright fucking lights in front of me, and I had to wear my glasses. I looked like a total dick. wearing my glasses. But honestly, the things were making my fucking eyes water. I was like, how do people do this fucking media shit? Like,
probably
my
look like
eyes
that
were literally watering just because of the lights in front of me. And I was
Who
like,
was that
I'm wearing
kid?
my glasses.
That kid that did all the parties? Was his
Oh,
name
Corey Worthington?
Yeah, he was wearing. Can you take your sunglasses off? No.
Nah. No, I'm not. No, it's no fucking way.
Oh, well, fuck,
I'll be
man.
exactly that, mate. Yeah.
This is why I got you on, because I know you've been through a few adventures, man. So, you've done that. You've done the films. You've done the stunt bum. What else has Leroy done?
Mate, I've done a stint down at on a golf course down at Melbourne on Moona Links. I'm sure a lot of guys are familiar with that.
Very cool.
I did greens. That sort of what got me into wanting to do this again. I think because I before I left, I think it was 2004, 2005, and I think they had the Australian Open there in 2005, and I just left, and I was due to be one of the fairway mowers on the course during the Open and that, get out in the morning and, you all get together, one by one and you do the lines and shit like that. Like, I was due to be part of that, and I was a bit disappointed that I missed out and came home back to Jindabyne.
Yep.
And my pops did lawn mowing back in the 80s when I was just a little kid. I used to go out with him, push around his, I'm trying to recall the kind of mowers he used. They would have been just like old school Big Bob style ones with the side throw kind of thing. I remember, pushing them around. I remember him coming home to sitting on the table and doing his books, and your prices were, $10, $20. He used to give me a $5 for pushing the mower around. And, I do remember I made a toy whippersnipper in his shed when I was like 7. These are just random memories I'm remembering of now. And so I had a passion for it, sort of, obviously back then. Is it a passion? I don't know. Maybe it's just something I did and, I recalled in it. But it's really the easiest, cheapest business to get into if you need to, get into make some money. For whatever reasons, and my reasons were for getting custody of my kids. I had to give up normal work because it just wouldn't work by myself. And to me, it was the easiest and cheapest way just to get some equipment, get out there. And it's all about just marketing yourself.
Which you do very well. Have you always had this style of marketing? Like, have you always been like a
dickhead?
No, not a dickhead. No, I think that the way you do things is unique, and I think especially to other contractors. I think the way that you do things resonates with other contractors. I wish I could do some shit like that.
Well, that's what I mean. I think I get a lot of blokes, reaching out and that sort of thing, and I like to think that I know a lot of blokes. I'd like to meet a lot of blokes and get to know them a bit more intimately instead of me trying to fucking figure out who's who sometimes, And it's hard with people that have business names, that might use their business names on social media.
Yeah.
And whoever you're sort of interacting with on social media by their business name, but then they might reach out to you with their real name and you got no fucking idea who you're talking to.
Yeah.
So that'd be actually a great post on LMCA, if you want to remember it while we're talking about it, for people just to match up their business name with their fucking real name, because it's fucking confusing sometimes.
Yeah, I totally get it, man. I always am saying that to people. Like, I feel terrible. Someone will come up and introduce themselves to me. Like, I'll be at a servo or something. I'll be like, everybody's mate, until like I realize that they have their business name on the side of their car, and I'm like, oh fuck, I've been speaking to you for the last 4 years, man. And like,
well, that was the same when I went down to Jindabyne talking to some of the mates that I played footy with, 20-something years ago. And we've all aged, and I remember talking to one bloke for about half an hour, and then I talked to some other bloke, and I said, oh, where's such and such? And he goes, he's just there. And I went, I've just been speaking to him for half an hour like he was fucking someone else. And then I've had to just, shit, like, I hope I didn't say stuff that just made me look like a total fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But, I've just never been real great with fucking names, but...
No, I totally get it, man. That's one of the big things for the Lawn and Land Equip Expo that we're going to try and work on. We'll definitely have lanyards for the networking night, and maybe we'll just get a massive roll of stickers, and people can just roll in, slap a sticker on their chest, and say, "Hello, my name is blah from," because it makes it easier when
It
you
would,
see
because
someone's, I mean, that's what a logo's for. It's meant to be memorable. So if you're posting, most people, even I do it, like on my personal Facebook, I've got like, you know, TBL property maintenance is where I work and shit like that. So I don't really deep dive people's profiles. Like I don't know. I'm not, my wife would do it all the time. Like she'll meet someone and then she'll fucking deep dive on it and see what they did 20 years ago. And I'm like, I just know them now and fucking, I'm happy with that. And yeah, I think if we can keep doing that at each show, maybe everyone will get to know each other by their face.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good idea, because if you can see someone, you don't have to actually stop and say good day to them, like, because everyone looks different, even from, I stand out because I've got a bald fucking head and whatever. I make myself pretty fucking known, so people can see me coming a mile away.
Yeah.
But and yourself, everyone knows what you fucking look like as well. It's easy for everyone else towards us, but for us, that everyone sort of seems to know, like, a name tag might be good to go, oh, that's fucking Matt. That I wouldn't have recognised hadn't been for the fucking name tag.
That's exactly right.
It's probably a good idea. Probably run with it.
That's a good thing about being a unique character in this fucking crazy game we play called Life.
Well, that's it, mate. I've had a bald head since I was like 20.
Yeah, I pretty much, since I had my first daughter, I think that's when my hair started to fall out. I used to shave my head when I was younger, and then someone called me a fucking Nazi. And I was like, a fucking hairdresser cut my hair for me and just took it down to a zero. And someone called me a Nazi, and I passed out at a party once. And my best mate was a big fucking TI dude, and he's fucking got a Nico, and he's fucking drawn a big swastika on my head. And I was shit-faced, and I fucking walked home, and I banged on the door, and my mum answered the door, and she's like, what the fuck happened to you? And I had lipstick on, I was all fucked up.
Mate, those were the days.
Oh, dude.
Thank God there was no social media back then. Like,
oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
I wish there was social media for different aspects of my life, like playing sport and that stuff, because I feel like I had some highlights I would love to have, like, memorized. But
yeah,
all the naughty shit you did, like, yeah, it's a good thing that my kids don't have that, like, forever. Like, sitting.
Well, that's
my kids are embarrassed enough about even the naked gardening, like, like.
They
had to sit and watch me do that in the backyard.
Like. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's a fucking scar they'll carry on for life. But I mean, it's also a story. Like I tell my kids, I'm like, life is just a bunch of stories. It's just, that's what life is to me. Like a bunch of stories. Some of them are good, some of them are bad.
I was just saying to my roommate the other day, like I could literally write a memoir, up until, the last few years are a bit of a blur because I've been in the same place and life gets a bit sort of muddled together. But, leading up to, my younger life, being dragged from Victoria to Papua New Guinea, back to Queensland, to boarding school, and so many. I've been to the United States. I was in the LA riots of '91. I was smack bang in the middle of that shit. Yeah, when Rodney King got beaten up in the fucking in the streets, I was there for 2 nights in one of the hotels, looking down on the fucking world burning.
Wow,
I've been in earthquakes in Papua New Guinea. I've been in volcanoes. Like, I've had mates die on the footy field. That's what we went down for the other week. It was an anniversary for a mate dying on the footy field. Had mates die, in the workplace. I could write a hell of a fucking story. I really
could, dude. It's
that's just the part that I can remember just now. So
that's the thing. It's one thing to have a bunch of stories, but when it comes to a memoir or a book or something like that, I'm sure you'd need to figure out how to join them all together.
To be just coming up with something, writing it down, and then just branching out.
Yeah. No, that would actually be. It'd be pretty unique, dude. There's some fucking crazy stories. But
I do. Yeah.
Mate, fast forward, you have obviously grown your business since I've known you a fair amount. I
wouldn't say that. No. Like, there's only so much you can do as a single person, like as a solo operator. There's like a limit to what you can sort of. Yeah, if you really want to go into it, you could branch out and employ people. But I've never really I've tried to employ people, but I just find it. I've never been busy enough that I just can't do the work myself. Do you know what I mean?
That's fair enough.
Like, and I've never gotten to the cutoff point where it's like, okay, I've gotten so much work now that I could put someone on. Like I'm sure there's a point where you put someone on and you have to take a bit of a cut.
Yeah. Well, I really thought when you started doing the seawalls, I thought that's when you were going to grab someone. I thought you're going to fucking cook yourself.
But after a while, that sort of dropped off, and like that wasn't sustainable for me. Not at my. I can't even. I'm struggling with the lawns now with my lower body. Upper body's great. My knees and shit are just fucking horrible. So
I'm sure if you really wanted to do that job, you would have because from all from what you were telling us, like feedback was it's pretty lucrative, but yeah, it was fucking.
Had I lived down there, maybe I could have done a bit different. Because I didn't live down there, I couldn't just go around the streets and do. I did a few different things to sort of boost it. And to be honest, I got a few calls the other week about it. I'm getting random calls here and there, but no one's sort of following through.
Yeah, okay.
Because I can't just say, I'll come down this afternoon.
Like, it's a good winter job, though. Like, that's something that no one really talks about is, obviously because half the country probably doesn't have access to canals and stuff like we do here. And that's actually something that probably doesn't get put on the list. Everyone's talking about pressure cleaning, gutter cleaning, and fucking house washing driveways and shit like that. But repairing seawalls, it's fucking loads of labor. That's a very intensive labor job.
It was. You probably saw some of the videos I did. It was hard work. I'm moving between 4 and 6 cubic meters of 200 to 400 mil rock bluestones in a wheelbarrow up to 60 meters over steps and shit. And at the time, it was really good because I didn't have a lot of work, and my work wasn't like optimized into earning good money. And I always thought that was really good. But when I look back at now and I look at some of the jobs that I've got now, if I was just a bit more selective in the work I got, I could be earning the same hourly sort of rate.
Yeah, okay.
As opposed to, busting my ass off and having a sore back for fucking 4 days. Like, I move the stones for 3 days. I can't move for 2 days after that. I can't work, I'm fucked. So it's 5 days work, really, and you stretch it out over that period. Economically, it didn't really suit out, and I just don't think I would have been able to sustain it over a while, unless I got one of those motorized, barrow type things. And but then they're on canals and there's stairs everywhere.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I we're moving a fair bit of shit over winter. We got a little visit from Ben Brown from Skag International Mowers today, and we got the Jackal. It's a cool machine. It's a cool machine. I've never used a load like one of those little mini loaders before. Yeah, and you could rip through. Like, I understand why people buy them, because you could, if you were like a commercial landscaper, or if you did landscaping in general. Like, it's a fucking cool machine and it's real powerful. Yeah. Like, we were ripping stumps out, and we moved about 22 cubes of mulch this morning, and it didn't take fuck all really. Like, the boys.
There's lots of good machines coming through. Lots of good machines.
Fucking heaps of crazy shit. Like this, the giveaway at the show. I still haven't seen it. They're having a.
Can we talk about rigging that now? Oh, sorry, we're still.
We're gonna wait for afterwards. No, it's. I can't wait, man. That's something. That's one of my other little passions, is giving stuff away. I don't know where that came from.
Absolutely, mate.
Dude, it's just such a joy. Like, when you fucking give someone something that they didn't think they were going to win, because
they would never get, especially with someone that might normally not get it.
Yeah, it's not, no one really goes into a raffle and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to fucking win," and you never really go in 100% confident. But it's so good when you see people and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like, giving away some of the stuff from Ego last year was amazing. The Bush Ranger, some of the fucking prize packs I gave away last year, especially.
It's good on them, like.
Yeah, you get a bit jealous.
And if someone gets a good prize pack that maybe is just using some shitty Azito gear, not to shit on Azito, just some entry level gear, and could take their business to the next level, like fucking overnight.
Yeah. Oh man, it's
because that's one thing I just freak out at, is that when I first started, was how much I didn't realize I was struggling, and how much quicker and more efficient I could be with just getting good stuff. Like, I didn't realize how bad the equipment I was using until I had good equipment. Yeah. So if there's anyone out there that wants to start, just invest in good shit. straight away you'll be more efficient and straight away. Yeah.
Upwards
Went
and
through a
on.
teething
Yeah,
period of buying shit equipment. Yeah.
yeah, and even stuff like if you've got like an underpowered snip, it just takes you longer to do the edges. If you've got
Yeah.
an underpowered mower, it takes you longer to mow. And if you can't
Well,
catch,
you can tell when you've got your whippersnipper just needs a service if
yeah,
it's causing you a
exactly.
little bit of problems, you know,
Yep.
and you know that, you know, it's just a bit slower or the, you know, it's just not bogging down a little bit as it should be normally powering through a bit of thick shit,
Yeah,
you know. So yeah, strong, powerful equipment, like, and that's where clients and the public don't realize. That's why when you can, it's not bad to quote higher because you're quoting on doing a job using your fucking power equipment made for commercial operators, which is just the shit. They're thinking that a job is gonna, you know, in their head is being done with an Azito fucking battery stipper, and it will take 3 or 4 hours. You know,
yeah,
so sometimes you can get away with quoting more because you know you can bust through a job in less than half the time that a civilian would do it with their shitty gear. You know,
that's it,
so good
100%
gear
right.
does fucking help a lot.
Like I
Yeah.
used to hire Ben when I used to be doing shift work. I used to hire Ben to do my lawn, and I was,
Ben Brown.
you know what? Nah, Benny Van Geesen.
Oh, Ben.
And he always used to send
Mr.
Nick to do it,
Castro.
Rusty's older brother. But I was a fucking piece of shit. I have to admit, as a customer, I was a piece of shit because I was so unorganized.
This is before you got into the
Yeah,
business, yeah?
way before. Yeah, I think it was like 3 or 4 years before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a prick, and then eventually, like, I've just felt so bad that I ended up getting my own fucking mower, and yeah, it's just one of those things. I was terrible. So, when I entered into the workforce, into the lawn mowing culture, yeah, I kind of felt bad as soon as I started doing it myself, and I fucking
You just
basically,
realised.
yeah, I was like, fuck, I was a piece of shit, and then yeah, I had to give Benny a reach around to say sorry.
No, he would have loved that. He would
He
have been
did,
all forgiven.
he did.
All forgiven within 5 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 5 seconds. Yeah, that's about it. No, it was cool. It was good to have my eyes open to my own sort of downfall there. But yeah,
Yeah.
Benny kind of warned me. He's like, fucking keep fucking up and leaving this gate locked. You're done. So it was good. It was good. I had an honest lawn mowing contractor looking after me. So,
Not a simpy one. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, man. So like, you're not looking to grow. You're just happy, content at the moment, or are you happy to?
I got into business for the freedom, not to make millions of dollars. It was never about making millions of dollars for me.
Mhm.
You know, even in a casual lawnmower, man can still make better money than any full-time normal job, like normal job.
Yeah.
Like if I was to stop what I was doing now and to go and earn the same money again and doing the things that, you know I can do, I'd have to work all week with no flexibility.
Yeah.
You know, and with the kids, well, not so much now because they're older, but when they were younger, I needed that flexibility, you know, so it was never about making money for me. Mate, I'm happy to bust my gut from, 7 or 8, depending if it's winter or summer. If it's winter, I'd leave a bit earlier because it's a bit dewy and wet and whatever. But in summer, you leave at 7 or as early as you can go and go till 12, 1, 2, if it's thereabout. And that's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
I could probably do more work if I really fucking wanted to, but that's why I'm in business, man. Not to bust my gut, not to be sore when I'm finished.
To march
And,
to the
if
beat of
like
your own
today,
drum.
like literally today, the NBA finals were on Game 7,
Oh,
and I should have gone to work. It
Ben
rained a
said
little
that
bit
as
in the
well.
morning, and I was like, just keep raining so I can justify not working. I thought, I don't need to justify shit. I'm my boss. It's the last game until the next season because it's Game 7. There's no more. Just stay home and watch it, mate. No one cares. Like,
Yeah.
let your clients know the grass hasn't grown anymore than it would. Like,
Yeah.
that's
And
why
you're
I'm in
100%
business.
right, man. Like,
That's
you are.
why I'm in business.
Yeah, you're right. I look, I'm a bit different now because I have other families to feed. So I got to keep hustling 100% of the time, all the
But at
time.
the same time, BJ, like, I don't know your finances, but I don't have finance on any of my equipment. Like, no finance on cars, no finance on trailers, mowers, or anything like that. So
Yeah.
I'm not pressured at each week to think, fuck, I've got a $300 loan. I've got to pay.
Yeah.
At the end of the week, and then that's why I'm sure I see some blokes, busting their guts out in the wet when it's raining. Where I'm like, I'd rather do a nice job in 2 days' time when it's dry. I'm not pressured to go to work to pay back loans. I keep my overheads and everything very fucking simple. It's just normal life expenses, and my business is just a little thing on the side that I do that I make decent enough money that I can survive with my kids. And in a few years, hopefully before the fucking Olympics come to this joint, I'll be fucking out of here to a small town. Like, I'm not a city person.
You're a country boy, are you?
As much as I'm a people person, I come across as I love everybody in that. I like a small community of people that, like when I went back to Jindy, last weekend, it was great just to go down to the local coffee shop and talk to people I hadn't spoken to for 20 years and just speak to them about stuff. Whereas if I went down to the coffee shop here every Saturday for the next month or whatever, I would never see the same person again.
Yeah, I totally get it,
there's
man.
no community in the city, and it sucks to me because I'm and the community to me is you bunch of people.
Yeah, that's it. My hobbies and my hobbies, my friends, they're all in the industry now. It's like obviously I've got people I talk to outside the industry, family and stuff like that, and I do have friends, but I just don't see them because we never cross paths. Like they're busy, they're tradies, they do other shit. Like,
and that's the city for you. Like that's the city. Like, have you lived in a small town?
Yeah, dude, I grew up in Laidley and Boona and...
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so, it's you just see people and there's relationships formed and people do things for you and you do things for them. And, in that place, it's really concentrated and it's easy to access. In the city, you have all that again, but everybody's spread out over a 3-hour drive.
Yeah, that's it.
In the city. And it's just not as accessible.
I don't like crowds either. I'm not good in crowds. Mate, so here's a little fucking story about my week. Yeah. I went to last week on Friday.
Who's in the kitchen? Can you get me one of those woodies, please?
I had a fucking Isuzu from way back, my truck. And
give me 1 sec, Beach. The black drinks in the fridge, the cans. Thank you. I think it's a minor. I'm soliciting fucking illegal activities. It's a minor. No. Carry on, mate.
Yeah, bro. So my truck, the radio blew its guts out fucking 6 to 8 months ago. Anyway, took it in. I do overnight servicing because I can't really afford to be without my truck. And they told me that I could come pick it up. It'll be fine. All good. They'll replace it. Oh, kablamo. And I went to pick it up the next morning and the radio not fixed. So finally, my next service was due and I thought, all right, fuck it. I'll take it in during the day. I'll chew up a whole day and I'll get this fixed. I rang up like 2 weeks ago. I was like, hey, want to book it in. I just want to make sure that my radio is going to get fixed. It's the fucking bane of my head. The amount of time that I spend on the phone while I'm in the truck because with the Expo and stuff, plus TBL, plus like, I want to talk to Lou during the day.
In between work and you're on the buzzer.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, yep, just want to make sure. They said, yep, all good. We'll sort it out. I fucking dropped it there at 8 o'clock on Friday morning when they were first doing the intake of trucks. And they said, when do you want it back? I said, as early as possible. I'm going to Garden City. I hate the shops. So I'm at Garden City from it only takes half an hour. So 8:30. And I got a call at 3:20 saying, oh, your truck's just out on the test drive. It'll be sweet. Come and get it. So this is Friday afternoon, and I'm like, I've been at the fucking shop all day, and I hate the fucking shops. So Lou went there as well, but
she loved
it. Yeah, Ben's wife, Vicky, called Lou, and she's like, oh, we can finally catch up. And Lou's like, oh, Vicky said she could catch up, but I want to spend the time. I was like, just go and see Vicky.
Bet you they made a fucking coffee.
No, they went to Oliver Brown's or something. I fucking walked around. I did like 9 laps of this shopping center, just fucking in silence, just walking over. I did over 10,000 steps in Garden City. I looked at my watch at the end. I was like, holy fuck.
That's funny you say that, man.
I had the best eggs Benny though.
Hey?
I had the best eggs Benny though. It was so good.
Oh, I
But
love
at
eggs
the
Benny.
end of the day,
start me on that.
I fucking go to pick up my fucking truck. Cunt's fucked. They didn't do my fucking radio. I took it in for a service and a new radio. They said, we've got one here. We just didn't have time to put it in. I said, what the fuck? Why? But they called me at 3:20. I got there at like 3:45. Yeah. I didn't leave that place until 6 o'clock. I thought they forgot about me. I was like, this is you fucked my Friday.
Non-billable hours, mate.
Yeah, yeah, it cost me a fortune. I went and got a massage and shit. It was terrible. I was going to go to the movies. What you do is
you add on to each client for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
$10 each to cover that shit.
I was going to go to the movies, but they can't make a fucking decent movie to save themselves these days. Bring back Narnia.
There's some good ones out, though. I want to watch 28 Years Later or something, I think.
I want to see Superman. That kind of tickles me fancy.
There's a new Superman.
10th of July, I think it comes out.
Oh, okay. Yep. Oh, I think I've seen the shorts of that, yeah. But fuck that. We're fucking lawnmower mates. We're not fucking film critics.
I am.
Hey, so why I've got you and I'm remembering it. The roadie trip down to the LLE.
Yeah.
I'm going to cap it. So if anybody's listening, I'm going to start organising next week. I'm trying to get some prices for accommodation and that. And I did originally want to do like a mini bus, like up to 2024, but I didn't get the interest immediately to start organising something of that sort of size.
Yeah.
So I'm currently sitting on 10. I'm going to cap it at 11.
Yeah.
Because that's a minivan. That's like a high ace with 12 seats.
Yes.
One seat for some bags and shit.
Bags of what?
Hey?
Bags of what?
Well, we've got to stay like fucking 1, 2. We've got to stay like 4 nights, 5 nights.
It's a
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, we've got to stay 4 nights.
Oh.
2 on the way down, fucking 1 on the way
back.
That,
you know what? Honestly, that is going to be a fucking fun trip down. I think, like, you know, as long as everybody stays chill and nobody's getting too fucking blind on the bus. I think it's going to be.
I'm going to drive part of it anyway. But I think we've got a few blokes that are quite happy to drive, so we'll split it up a bit. But the plan is like I need one more person, and then I can just organise it. I've got a heap already. I can go through some names if you want to know.
Yeah, give it to me.
Well, it's me for a start, the CEO.
Yep.
Matthew Slade.
Yep.
I'm not sure where Matty Slade is. I think he's
he is
Coffs.
Yeah, he's down in Coffs. Yeah, just around the Coffs Harbour area.
So we've got Jay Thompson, the fucking monster.
Where's he? Are you going to have to backtrack to get him, or is he going to come down?
Nah, he's going to come down to Brisbane, and I think he's bringing Jack Fredericks.
Okay, sweet. Yep, I met them the other day.
No, or Oldfield. Caleb Oldfield he's bringing, I think.
Okay, yeah. Fucking Jay bought my trailer.
Yeah. Jack Fredericks.
Yep.
I think Robbie Kirkpatrick's going to come.
Oh, look out.
He rang me the other week and said put him in because he thought it was like this month. And I said, no, it's not till fucking August, mate. So you got time. So he's going to jump on.
Very good.
Is it Kilpatrick or Kirkpatrick? Or just Patrick?
I've got him in my phone as Robbie K. Prawn Man. Because when I first met him, he fucking dropped me off some fresh prawns. I was fucking cheering.
He's a good man. He's a good man. I fucking like him. He's a
good prawner too.
He'll be a joy on the fucking bus. Who else we got? Rodney Cowell.
Yep.
Not sure where he is. Emil Monty, blah, blah, blah. He's in Sydney, so we're picking him up on the way
nice.
through. Mike Oxlong.
Yep.
And that's it. I just need probably 1 more or 2 more blokes, and that's it. We can we'll be booked in. So the idea would be we'd leave on Brisbane on the Thursday.
Yep.
Cruise down to Sydney on the Friday somewhere and stay Friday night somewhere in Sydney or thereabout. And then leave Friday morning or anytime Friday, get down to Melbourne on the Friday night. So we're ready to go for the expo Saturday morning and the, the networking night that night.
Yep.
And leave again on Sunday, stop off and basically do it in reverse.
Yeah.
You know, go back to Sydney on the Sunday night.
I
Monday
can't
or whatever
wait to see that bus drive through because where the show is, everybody will be able to see you guys coming down the driveway. And I want you to honk the horn and fucking I want you out. I want no shirts. Fuck it. Oh wait, actually no,
Hey,
it's
mate, I'm
Melbourne.
gonna see if
It'll
I
be
can get some hoodies
freezing.
printed up. I'm gonna design up a hoodie.
Oh no way.
Yeah, so it'll be an LLE road trip hoodie. I'll do up a design.
That's
I'll see
fucking
if I can come
awesome,
up with
dude.
something.
Hey
Yeah,
man,
they'll
thank
have
you
to buy
so
them,
much. It's a big undertaking. I can only imagine. Like, there was a big, like when you first announced it, there was heaps of people like, yeah, and then everybody's kind of like, holy fuck, like you got to. People jump the gun, and I totally get it. And like things get in the way, but fuck, dude, like thank you very much. This is a huge thing. I've actually been when I'm talking to brands, I've been saying there is a guy who is filling
Skag, you know, Skag's helping out. They did say they're going to help
100%, man.
out.
Skag fucking they know what it's all about. They know how much fun that like they're just all about fun. So Skag have got some pretty cool things coming to the show this year, along with Bushranger, Ego, fucking Ego, man. I can't wait. Everyone's going to flip when they see what Ego's got. Greenworks, obviously, like Greenworks, big time supporters with the night, and obviously on the day they always come hard. And Senix, man, new kids on the block. That's what's really
Who's this?
Senix. So you check them out on the socials.
I think I'm in the chat.
Yeah, man, they've just entered the market and they're coming strong. So obviously they're coming like they're trying to get a bit of a business going.
Strong.
Yeah, they're coming real hard. Fuck it. No. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that, but I did. Anyway, they're coming and they're coming big. So wear your raincoats.
So what are they? No. What are they?
So Senex do like they're another battery brand. So they do hand tools and they do outdoor power equipment. So we're going to see they'll bring their whole range, and they're basically all our sponsors. But we also have like the most amazing, like smaller tiered sponsors as well. Like the people who are just coming. Like I just signed up. Musclebeard, fucking Musclebeard's coming. They're our homies from Sydney. Yeah.
I'm growing mine, so you never know. If I can hold it, I might have something like yours when I get there.
Yeah, and look, they're awesome people. Like I'm just trying to get awesome people. It's just easier with people who are as excited to, grow a community as I am. Like I absolutely love it. Like every day I spoke to Dingo today. They seem fucking really keen. We got Kanga. We got all these little loaders and shit like that. We didn't have half the shit last year. So I'm so excited to see what all these brands bring because heaps of new products are coming as well. So
that's great. So you're basically combining like three of them into one. So it's got to be fucking huge.
Yeah. Just fucking, what did you fucking hang up on me?
Nah, battery's on 20%.
Oh no.
Nah, we're good. I can reach for the fucking thing there if I need to.
That's
we're good.
Sweet. So like what made you think to fucking fill a bus with lawnies and roll down the fucking street to Melbourne?
Well, because I didn't think I'd be able to afford a fucking plane trip. There's no other reason, mate.
It would have been easier to fucking do a couple of extra jobs.
Well, honestly, mate, like just taking the quick plane trip down to Canberra and jumping on in a hire car down to Jindabyne for an hour and a half drive, and coming back on Sunday was super easy. And it's very inviting to just jump on a plane, but mate, it's about the journey, not the destination.
That's exactly right. Look, that I can't say much because I am just jumping on a fucking plane tomorrow afternoon, flying to Sydney, and then doing the day and then flying home. But the good thing is my sister-in-law and her partner are down there. So I'm going to dinner on Tuesday night. I didn't even know where. I didn't organise it. My missus was talking to her. No one's messaged me. They know I'm a fucking
just turn up, mate.
I'm just a handbag. Fuck, take me along. But it's good. Like they know Sydney, so I haven't seen much of Sydney. Like I saw a bit of the western suburbs and we saw Cronulla, but
a lot of people, mate. A lot of people.
Oh fuck, we were in Liverpool, Westfield, and fucking bumper to bumper that fucking place.
Yeah, it's like Christmas up here. When you go out and you're shopping during Christmas or Easter.
Yeah, I try to avoid that.
Yeah, no dramas. Is it good lasagna? Fuck. Oh, get the lasagna soup. Bastards are eating it on me.
Oh yeah, she should just fucking stick
Sydney's
plate under the door.
Joint, mate.
Yeah, it's wild. So did you? How long have you been up in Brizzy for?
I come up here in, I think it was 2013. Yeah, 2013. It was basically to follow the ex-wife when she had the kids to come up here. So it wasn't like a place I really wanted to come. I was on the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
When I did split up with the missus, I think I was in Mermaid Waters. And then I ended up getting a job driving trucks for my uncle. He had a few trucks and he was working for Bidvest and a few other sort of distribution companies. So I ended up jumping in a truck for 2 or 3 years. Really good money, long hours. Because I didn't have the kids, I could work fucking crazy long hours. I think there was one day that I did deliveries for Light and Easy. You know, Light and Easy.
Yeah, I do, mate.
Yep. And I'd never done
use the product, but I know of it.
Hey?
I don't use the product, but I know of it.
It's light and easy. Anyway, so I'd taken on like this truck, and he's like, "Do you want to do light and easy as a day during the week?" Because it was different distribution company. I was just renting it. I was driving the truck for different places to deliver shit, and one of the days of the week was for light and easy, and I'd never done it before, and I'd had a truck full of light and easy. It was 110 stops. That's
a fuckload of deliveries.
Yeah, that's down in New South Wales. That was Lismore and Gunnellabar and Byron and all of those little towns in between. I started at 2 a.m. Well, that's when I started. I left home at probably 1 a.m. from kind of where I live now to go up to Banyo. Now, if you go on the gateway, you can generally see the light and easy thing on the side, on the left-hand side is where the big factory is there. So I go in there to load up a truck full of fucking light and easy. And I drove straight down to New South Wales, 3 o'clock or whatever in the morning, and I worked through till midnight the next night, just trying to deliver light and easy. And I got home at 2 o'clock the next morning or whatever, so I'd worked 24 hours pretty much. Awake for 24 hours, had 3 hours sleep, and then jumped in the truck again to do another 16-hour trip up toward the sunny coast. Damn. Doing drops up there, and it was like, I can't do this no more. That was just crazy. So
dude. Like I used to work in seafood for PFD Food Services, and so we were in the processing.
Same thing.
Yeah, same sort of deal. But I was in processing, and I did night shift, and I legitimately have done like 22-hour days, and they're completely illegal. I didn't know at the time. I didn't give 100%. A fuck because right before Christmas, and Easter, who doesn't need cash when you're working in a...
I got paid good. I got paid really good.
yeah. All the goods, man. And even when I left PFD, I think I worked like a fucking 16-hour shift or something ridiculous, and then I walked out and fucking cracked a beer and fucking had a Winnie Green or something like that hanging out of my mouth on the way out.
It had its benefits. It had its benefits because I remember I was working for Bidvest back when I'll be 2016 now or something like that, and they had I was getting paid a percentage of what I delivered. I was a contractor for Bidvest. I wasn't an actual hourly worker in a truck and working for $30 an hour or something. Like, I was working for a percentage of what I delivered, so I was known as the Swano. You know Swano?
Yeah,
Swano Swanton. Yeah, well, Swano used to be a bloke that worked he was a picker inside Bidvest warehouse. Dude. And I was the driver. I knew Swano back in 2013, 2014.
Really?
Because we used to just talk occasionally. And then I remember seeing him as a lawnmower bloke. So, yeah, Swano. He was a bloke back in Bidvest.
I've actually met a couple of guys who worked for PFD as well. Like PJ Cochran, he used to work for PFD. There's a couple more. I just can't remember their names. But yeah, I actually, no joke, I was with the boys the other day and I saw someone from my old workplace, and fucking hell, he looked rough. And I was like, fuck, I'm glad I got out of there. I used to love the people. Like I always say, I love the people, but I fucking hated that place. It's such a toxic work environment. There's such a split. Like, people always talk about equality. When you're working in a food service or a distribution or something like that, you've got your office and you've got your warehouse, and the warehouse is scum. Anyone who fucking argues that, they're full of shit. Like, we would do the long hours, the bullshit work, minus 27, and you'd fucking walk out and you'd be like, what's that smell? And you'd walk around the corner and the fucking office would have like all these catering companies that come in or not catering companies, but the products that we used to sell would come in and they do like a sample cook up. But it wasn't for anyone else but the office staff. And it's like, well, fuck you. Like it really was, like it was quite toxic. I hated it. Like I really hated the way that it worked. It might be different now. And like, I know people.
I get memories come up on Facebook about when I must have whinged coming home from work and shit. And I think one literally come up the other day where I said that I was having a whinge to a lady in the office about one of the blokes that worked there. And I found out later that she was the wife of the bloke that I was whinging about, telling how much of a fuckwit he was. And I was like, well, it's common knowledge. I just made it clear to her, but that's the problem. That's work. That's another reason why I enjoy working for myself. There's no workplace politics. If there is, I've got mental fucking illness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, that's exactly right.
There's no bullshit.
Yeah.
If I'm lazy, I'm lazy. If I'm busting my gut, I'm not. You're 100% accountable. You know what? If you are 100% accountable, you'll be successful in your business. You know
what I did love about that place though? The fucking stories were incredible. Some of the fucking creatures that used to work in that joint. I remember one guy fucking stealing a VB radio. There was a promotion, and as he was fucking running out the door with it, he was a staff member. They knew where to fucking find him. Everything. He's running out, cracked out of his brain, and he's like, "I'm Carl Williams' cousin. Fuck you!" And he's like, "Fucking shots." I'm Carl. That was when when Underbelly was like big.
Underbelly, yeah.
I had one dude who told me that he jerked off with a mango skin he put in the microwave.
Interesting.
He says it's
I can't even eat mango, so I can't imagine I'm wrapping my fucking dick around.
Oh no! Are you allergic to them?
I just don't like them, mate. They're too sticky. So
fucked. You're the second person that's been on this podcast that fucking doesn't like mangoes. You and fucking Andy from Leaf by Leaf.
I like the flavour of mango, but I'm just not into the sticky fucking... Too much work. Too much fucking work.
You don't like the texture. What about bananas? Fucking driving a truck, eating a banana, I feel like people are just
eat the banana from the side, though.
Just
not like that.
You got to take a bite out of the side of it.
I'll eat bananas like that. Yeah.
It's such a heavy fucking thing, though. Like I'm there just gawk and a fucking. You just never know. You never know who you drive past. It's a wild scene. But that's wild, man. 2 people. I'm gonna have to go back and send out like a census to everyone else I've had on the podcast.
Well, I'm not a Queenslander, mate. I'm a Victorian.
It doesn't matter.
Victoria.
Doesn't fucking matter. Mango's a fucking gangster. Have you ever had just a fresh Bowen mango on vanilla ice cream?
No.
Well, you
just give me the vanilla ice cream any day of the week.
What if I made it for you? What if I have you over and I make it for you? Will you eat it then?
Mango ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Beggars can't be choosers, mate.
I'll let you eat it off my body. Oh man. So what's the future look like for Uncle Leroy? Are you planning, like, you're obviously planning on moving away from the city and not looking to expand?
It's a goal. It's a goal.
Yeah.
Whether it happens is a whole different story. But I'm here not because I want to be. I'm here to basically see out my kids' schooling. My daughter's in university now. So she's at uni. She's just going to get her license soon, so she'll have a little bit more independence. It's another step for me closer. But the boy's only in year 9, so I've got, year 10, 11, 12. I've still got, there's no one else to do this for me or whatever. So I'm going to see that out. I can't just drag him away. I won't do that.
You should be you should be really proud of yourself. Like, a lot of people cut and run, and you fucking stood up. And I'm from a single mum, and like I know I'd do anything for my kids, and I'm sure you're the same. And like, you should honestly be proud of yourself. It shouldn't.
Oh, I am.
It shouldn't be something that like has to happen. But obviously you've found a challenge, and
that's my path, mate. Like, it's I've had to sacrifice a lot in the last however many years, just to, and that's okay. Like, I feel like I'm not affected by it. I'm okay. Like, I don't care. Like, once you get to a certain age, like, you have to be stoic. If problems get thrown your way, you just fucking deal with them and move on. Like, any amount of whinging or stressing doesn't fucking change anything.
That's
So,
exactly right, man. Like,
my goals have, changed from, like, I've been in and out of relationships as well. Like, when you're a single man, you have certain goals. And I think one of them to me was just making sure my kids got through school, not being dragged here and there like they were before. So that was a big goal. And moving away from the city is definitely a goal.
Yeah.
But, when you get into a relationship with somebody, those goals, they change,
Yeah.
Do they stay the same? Are you lucky enough that they get to stay the same? So I think I'm just going to stay single so I can stick to my goals.
Yeah.
And get the fuck out of here by the year 2030 fucking two.
give fucking Tinder an absolute peppering, my friend.
Not in a million years again, mate. It used to work. Tinder used to be great maybe 5 or 6 years ago. But as soon as the algorithms and shit got into it, it's just not the same, mate. I used to have a great time on Tinder. Like, but I won't lie. Not so much now, mate. I gave it a go maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, and it's just not the same. Like,
Wildcats.
It's all money driven. It used to actually work good, but it's just different now. So I gave it up. And I don't care, man.
That's upsetting.
All good in the hood.
Well, mate, we're getting to the end, but I can't leave without throwing Bobby Big Pickle at you. He's had 2 adventures, and I'll start off with this one. Now, last week I tried to do it with Joel, and it just didn't work because I sat here for the whole fucking thing, and I was like, that's fucking hilarious. And he was just blankly looking at me. He goes, I didn't hear a fucking word of that. And I was like, oh, fuck.
I've seen Bobby Big Pickle up in the group, mate. And I'm like, who is this clown?
He's coming. He's coming to the show too. Apparently, he's reached out, so that's going to be interesting.
So we've got an alter ego. Okay, I'm onto it now.
Yeah,
a bit like the last guy,
mate. Exactly. Maybe the pickle and the fucking last guy can get together and do a podcast of their own.
We'll talk, man. We'll talk.
Yeah. All right, man. Fucking here we go. Uncle Big Pickle. Pinkle.
Bobby Big Pickle.
Bobby Big Pickle. Here we go.
Even I know the fucking name.
Yeah, just calling in. I got a bit of an interaction I just had this morning. Finishing a beautiful lawn. Crackhead has just presented me an offer for her to swing off the old fella. She wants me to give her a Big Mac, no cheese, and a frozen Coke. What does she think this is? The Big Pickle has got Tinder, and it's running hot. Anyway, I better What's it? Oh, fuck! I better go.
Oh, so you've retracted from Tinder, and Bobby Big Pickle's just getting into it. So poor Uncle Big Pickle.
I'm going to go on Grindr and see if I can find him.
Wait, last time Timmy gave him a bit of stick, he fucking come back at Timmy. So this might become quite the fun game. But I'll give you part 2. So this just got sent in today, or yesterday, sorry. I've just loaded it up, so let's fucking listen to Uncle Pickle again.
Yeah, Bobby Big Pickle calling in with an urgent message to the young whippersnapper out there. Yeah, fucking hell. Do not, and I repeat, do not receive homemade baked goods from a customer as payment. I'm sitting in my truck, calling from another fucking dimension right now. I've got colours talking to me, and they fucking taste like Swiss cheese. Fuck.
Oh no, he's in a world of pain. Fucking hell.
Tell Bobby to re-enter my group. I'll fucking say I'll approve him.
Yes, that's awesome, man. He will more than likely be listening. He'll love that. It tastes like Swiss cheese. Oh man. Well, thank you,
That just
Leroy.
reminded me of my lasagna.
Bro, I know. He probably, you should fucking watch that. He'll probably fucking chuck something in it. But man, I've kept you away from your lasagna long enough. My pork roast smells like it's ready to rock and roll. Is there any last words you want to spit out before we fucking wrap it up?
I don't know. What did Rove used to say? Be good to your mother?
That's it. Fuck yeah.
I don't know, man.
Thank you, dude. Much appreciated. Your time is so valuable. I wish I was there to kiss you on that head of yours.
My pleasure, mate.
And the one in the background.